can I have one done tonight? Got this good and got this good all this time. My name is Andrea Spirits Around. I'm here to give you some news. This deadly tornado, killed over 20 people in Mississippi. EF4 tornado, it caused 60 miles, of destruction in Mississippi with wind up to 170 miles. Severe weather threat across the deep south, danger, thunderstorms, tornadoes, is happening right now and continue throughout the night in the same area, just devastated by that deadly tornado outbreak, this new drum. So Mississippi roof rip off. A few buildings still left standing. The vaccination civilian video from the inside of a school show a EFE tornado shear power as at least 5 people was hurt in Georgia. Today when the reported tornado touched down, their weather system is now moving through the south. Millions are on the alert. So there was a terrible storm right here. And it hit Mississippi. If y'all saw the video, I mean everything, all the houses, everything was just tore down. They had a few survivors, thank God for that. Into the early morning hours, we have tornado cover. So Reporter Johnson, on the ground in Mississippi, and he will give us a sense of what you're seeing. The devastation is difficult to comprehend because all the houses, like in that part of that city, it was just destroyed, devastated. It was difficult to comprehend this powerful tornado, leaving pieces of business, and homes that all mixed together into one big reorganized. This is what it looked like. I mean, if you would have just saw the video, I mean, it was just horrible. Telling us that this town is nearly totally lost. So they called this monster a tornado. On the ground for more than an hour, killing more than 2 dozen of people and cutting low-mile path of destruction across Mississippi. So why tornado, is hitting at worst time after dark. It came like after dark. With winds up to 107 miles per hour. Brick's home is down. The whole foundation, is down. The appliance was flying everywhere, all tossed side to side. Trees snapping in half. Refrigerators and stoves. So the police officer, Antonio Jones, said it all happened so fast. It happened so fast. So they have this couple. Him and his girlfriend, they take cover in a tub, and I think that was a good idea. Once they grab each other, then when the tub came off the foundation. So just imagine you in a tub, in the midst of a tornado, and it just come off the foundation. You just sliding off the house. So thank God, they still survived because they said they was praying. That's the best thing you can do because a tornado you can't prepare for. Only thing you can do is pray to God. So that's when the tub came out of the foundation and they began to roll and inside of the rail falling on top of each other. And all it was doing is hiding each other and just praying. And that's the best thing you can do. So they would come out the foundation, they would slide all through the rail. They say only thing they can do was just hold each other and pray. Now his home, but the couple survived. They survived with only a few cuts and bruises. Immediately they started rescuing neighbors, and that's something. They was a scared rich of their own self. But that's how good this couple was. They start helping others in the neighborhood, and that's how you got to do. You got little cuts and bruises and stuff, and you in that kind of situation still help others. And so they feel like they had survived. They got a few little cuts and stuff. And they just start helping each other, helping the neighbors and stuff. So the couple surviving with only a few cuts and bruises. Immediately they start rescuing neighbors once they heard screaming. So they heard screaming. That made them jump and got up and just started helping everybody. And there was around them the owner, of the truck, Chuck Dairy Bar. And when the tornado hit, she and her husband was among 9 people who took shelter in a large cooler. So you had them who had took shelter in a tub, covered in a tub. Then you had some took shelter in the freezer, in a large cooler. Her and her husband fighting the wind and pulled the door closed before it burned. We know it was bad. All survived, including customers. So that was good. They had some survivors. So now we see there was a horrible storm. There was a horrible storm that overtook Mississippi. So this something that you can't prepare for. All you can do in that moment is just pray. Just pray to God. God hear all prayers. And I think that was a good idea to take cover in the tub. Even though it had a scary moment when the tub got lifted off the foundation. But her and her husband, and the other customers, neighbors, they survived. But they had like 20 some people, got killed through the tornado. But you had few people had survived. So that was a blessing. You saw how all their houses were just tore down. And thank God, a lot of them survived. You know, so that's the story on the tornado is going on, and it had hit Mississippi. So I'm gonna continue on keeping up with the news in the tornado. I can't tell you to prepare for, because a tornado is something you cannot prepare for. It comes quick in a moment. Not a hurricane, we can prepare for that. You got time for that to try to get to you. But a tornado, tornado just happen quick in a moment. The only thing I can tell you is just pray. That all we all can do is pray. You know, pray to God. So that's all the show news I have for you today, and I will still keep a watch on the tornado storm. So y'all have a blessed night.